So, dann widmen wir uns mal dem Legendenauftrag von Kokomi. Let's go.
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her. Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watat's. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Things on the island must have changed a lot since then.
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. We could split into two teams. One to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. Then again, Madame Kokomi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole...
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our... Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since...
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another...
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this...
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into...
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever...
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind and... Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation...
Oh.
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire! An arson attack! Curse them! They leave us no choice but to attack! Comrades, let's make them regret it!
Noch mehr? Nö.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their...
What's that you're holding? Is it... Let Paimon see! Oh, wow!
Yeah. Well, no, not...
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than... Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for...
Oh, understanding every eventuality
Sechs
sounds
Bände.
tiring enough.
Allgemeine Vorschriften, wie du vorzugehen hast, wenn was passiert. Warte, ich muss mal kurz raussuchen, bevor der Gegner angreift.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence. Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on... About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like production and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses.
The spirit of the Resistance is all... Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory...
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, we should probably get going ourselves. And, also, I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like...
Sounds
Oha, wir gehen also eine Straße entlang. Kriegerträume wie frisches Frühlingsgras. Okay.
Wait, aren't you... Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. I wasn't with Swordfish too. But I did... Oh, you really gave it to those Shogunate samurai in the fight of honor? Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service. On edge, you say? In fairness, the battle isn't long over and... Well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every victory's declared and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as her and all the more so now that you're back.
What a nice guy.
Ja, okay, also der hat uns schon mal nichts Besonderes
We're
verraten.
way behind schedule.
Gibt's sonst noch irgendwas?
Hey, I'm right here if you need any help.
Nee.
I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm unsettled. Not that I would, necessarily. We're at peace now, finally. And I, for one, intend to make the most of it.
Huh. Seems he's about to fall asleep.
Der nimmt seine Wache auf jeden Fall nicht mehr
Way
ernst.
behind schedule.
Oh, gleich ein
Next on
Doppelpack.
the agenda.
I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me...
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating.
Wait, for real? You're sure of that?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honest.
Shh, keep your voice down.
Hey there. What you...
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about...
No, let's not mention it. She's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been...
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. Welcome back to Watatsumi Island.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present.
Paimon definitely...
Wir haben niemals euer Geheimnis mitverfolgt. Niemals. Wie kommt ihr nur darauf, dass wir gelauscht haben? Irgendwo war so ein Moravieh.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here.
I'm innocent. Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on. Take him away.
Wait! Kokomi! Something's going down over here! You should take a...
Your Excellency! This merchant is suspected of criminal. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no...
I haven't!
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura. I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps...
Of course! I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island. So, naturally, I built up some inventory. I was planning... but then, I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you...
And why should we believe you? So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands.
What? The Tenryo Commissioner colluding with the Fatui now? I suppose it is true.
Would the Tenryo Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the... But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard...
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryou Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo, Sara, and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future... But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the... If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato... Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods.
Very well. The potential ramifications, however, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryou...
Yes, of course.
Matsuda?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, I mean, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I also have a few new things to teach you. Alright.
Bin ich mal gespannt.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need...
Erstmal in die Schatzhöhle. Oha. Da stehen sie schon.
This must be the Fatui camp from the looks of it. It used to be a hilichurl.
looks pretty...
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us our enemies in the light while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have... I think we have three options available. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Oh, if we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them they'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be... Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and to get...
Wow, that's our grand strategy!
That will depend on our assessment of our... A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution. With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle. But if we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared.
Ist natürlich der überraschende Luftangriff.
Every confidence in Europe, it's decided then. Let's fight this war. We should take them down as quickly as possible. Access denied. The king is overthrown. Only the pawns remain.
Da brauche ich aber keine Kokomi für.
Excellent work.
All thanks to...
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them. Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make... Hey!
Ja, Paimon uns zum
admit,
Kampf
I
beitragen.
wasn't expecting to find the what's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Let's scour the camp for evidence.
All right, time...
Nachdenklich im Zeltdamm stehen, weißt du? Ich meine, sie so nach dem Motto, wir müssen suchen.
Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? There's a wall! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials! This is way too dangerous! We should tell Kokomi, right? So these are the Fatui food supplies?
Tja, ich würde mal sagen, die waren schlecht ausgerüstet.
Kokomi, we found the merchants.
I see. Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could... We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we?
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people if he had taken the time to read the decree. It's a...
Kokomi, you think of everything!
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. The low energy does...
Huh?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back.
Ich glaube, da ist jemand mit seiner Arbeit irgendwie sehr überfordert und sehr in Sorgen vertieft. Wirkt definitiv sehr müde und angespannt, die Dame.
It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this.
Got it! First we mend the peace.
Okay, der Waypoint ist unten im Dorf. Dann gehen wir wohl erstmal dahin. Ob es noch irgendwo unterwegs einen Dungeon gibt, wir werden sehen.
My goods! Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you. See? I told...
I'm not so...
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates...
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods.
Paul.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. Oh.
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these...
Wait, Your Excellency. Whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the just as merit must be
Kokomi greift
recognized,
durch.
mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled...
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take him.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of... I know the peace talks are coming up, so...
I understand your concern. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine.
Natürlich, ich bin dein Bodyguard. Let's go. Oh.
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
Ich möchte gerne neben ihr gehen. Kommt mir das nur so vor, oder ist sie schneller als wir? Kann ich laufen?
It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine.
Die schneller als wir. Unverschämtheit. Okay, sie wartet sogar auf uns. Gottjo. Könnten wir mal neben dir gehen? Das wäre voll lieb. RIP.
You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people... But after she struck down our protector deity, the relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust is... I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks for your...
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time, if we reconcile with them, the god who once protected...
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides the fight...
I know, it's just...
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the option.
Wonderful.
Ja, sehr viele Erwartungen auf Kokomi.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a... do you know? My daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy... I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency direct... I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but...
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Noch mehr Erwartungen. Da kommt noch mehr, das ganze
Your
Dorf.
Excellency, boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest...
Oh, Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2? Will she be based on Watatsumi Island?
Your Excellency!
Oha.
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your quick... Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine.
Die Arme. Kopfschmerzen.
Are you alright? This kind of thing is water off a duck's back.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items.
Oh, we retrieved those already. No need to worry.
Ja, für alles gesorgt. Kokomi hat von allem einen Plan.
Really? That's fantastic. You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today.
That's today? Right now?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're...
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have... well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear...
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island special...
Great! See you tomorrow then!
Ja, sie sieht sehr müde aus, würde ich sagen, geschafft von dem ganzen Zeug. Ich meine, das ist so dieser typische Tag, wo du keinen Bock drauf hast, weil ein Ding nach dem anderen kommt. Wir müssen zwar eh zum Schrein, aber wir können die Zeit eigentlich schon mal an der Stelle kurz vorspulen.
That's weird. She doesn't seem like... How is she still not here? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment.
So strange.
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for... let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see
Nach
me,
Süden
and should my
kommen.
whereabouts be unknown, the footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this direct.
Kokomi really does think of everything.
Okay, lila Baum im Süden. Das ist die Bücherkammer. Da verbunkert sie sich also, wenn sie mal wieder keinen Bock hat, kann ich verstehen. Man braucht einen Rückzugsort. Ja, das ist. Hallo, Mrs. Kokomi. Jetzt hat die Höhle auch einen Sinn gefunden.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were...
It's you. I apologize.
You got sick?
No. It's nothing like that.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
No.
Der Vergleich unverschämt von Paimon.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but... You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy, constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence. Well, but because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to some. I have to make a speech tonight. And I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only I was reading a book last time I was here, but...
We'll find it, and then we'll read it out to you.
You do that for me? I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
It looks like there's a way in over there. Whoa. Let's take a look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives. Let's try... Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted?
Geheime Notizen. Energiewert -4, -3, -2. +2, -5, +4, -3. Sie rechnet sich also ihren eigenen Energiewert aus. Krass. Ja, hier, guck mal, wir sind Energiewert +4.
Swordfish Captain came back today.
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was...
Oh, das ist ihr jetzt peinlich.
It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have... Ooh, it's pretty dense. Well, let's take it over... Kokomi, is it...
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Yes, that's the one.
Und sie ist eingeschlafen dabei?
good idea.
Ja, ist es, Paimon.
She does look pretty exhausted. Cause there's...
Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you see? What time is it?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's...
I can't believe it got... I haven't slept that peacefully in so long.
3 volle
That's gotta be
Energiepunkte.
3 whole energy points right there. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy!
Nice. Okay, das ist am Strand. Dann teleportieren wir uns dahin, das geht schneller. Wir sind 1 Stunde zu früh zum Fest gekommen. Ging doch alles super auf.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a
Sie haben nur nicht nachgedacht bei dem Ursound, weil der Ursound ist die ganze Zeit drin, weil die Videosequenz reingekommen ist. Okay, er hat aufgehört. Nice. Ich dachte gerade. War nur Verarbeitungsproblem oder wie? Das wäre nämlich sonst nervig geworden.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got it?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two,
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, this feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope...
Nach einer Weile.
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between... And I'm concerned that something might happen at...
Okay, sure. We'll go ask...
Sprich mit Einwohnern in der Nähe. Hallo Fischverkäufer Hirai.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all recently. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to... When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all... I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service.
Oh, no.
Come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight.
Okay, well...
Sehr nett von ihm, dass uns einen Fisch schenkt.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information.
Sounds promising.
Hinfahren, okay. New. Surprise attack.
Huh? Wait, you actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the...
Nuh-uh. We would never run from...
Is that so? All anyone talks about, do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. I'll answer your questions, but...
This guy... What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about...
Ja, der hat doch keine Chance. Er hatte nie eine
You're a strong
Chance.
fighter. No wonder you really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade. We made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling... What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back in...
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by
Oh,
the
so ein
idea.
richtiger
That's why the future of
Kriegsfanatiker.
Watatsumi Island was to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back. And we are the resistance. Everything hit. We can't trust the Tenryou Commission or the Raiden Shogun. But we can't. Surely you agree with...
His point does kinda make sense. But something about... Yeah. Everything you said... Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked...
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all. For the sake of victory, we embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person. But how can I? How can I when every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never... I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna... What are we gonna do? This is really...
Ja, die arme Kokomi. Die eigenen Leute machen nur noch mehr Sorgen. Vorsicht, Ayaka incoming. What's up, Mrs. Kokomi?
So, we found out if the whole thing about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui is below. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on.
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it. The talks don't begin until tomorrow. But both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making... I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostility.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us...
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryou Commission's guards and we'd be in danger of war breaking out.
Einfach
Not to mention,
Traveler
we have
mitnehmen.
no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in...
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Konnte nicht mal ihre eigene Siegesfeier genießen. Wartet mal, haben wir noch irgendwas? Hier ist das ist leergefegt, ne? Nicht eine Person übrig, keine Kiste, die gespawnt ist oder so. Gut. Wir können also unbesorgt bis 10 Uhr morgens vorspulen. Wahrscheinlich kommt wieder eine Cutscene und wir haben wieder die Uhr mit drin für einen kurzen Moment. Oder auch nicht. Wie müssen wir noch einen Tag vorspulen? Ist das so eine 24-Stunden-Sache? Das ist actually schwierig. Ja dann, hau noch mal 24 Stunden vor, let's go. Ich meine, wir sind ja nicht wirklich vom Ort weggegangen. Wobei das halt fraglich ist, ob hier ist. Tatsächlich, es ist hier.
Well, here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able.
Whoa. This is, let's see, fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed. Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Paimon suddenly.
Glad to hear it.
Ja.
These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward, but
Es läuft wahrscheinlich
any amount of
sowieso auf
dissatisfaction
Improvisieren
within our
hinaus.
ranks weakens our negotiating position. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is of excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Auf zu den Friedensgesprächen. Neutraler Ort. Boah, das ist ja am Arsch der Welt und dann auch noch bei Tatarasuna. Auf der dunklen Seite der Insel gefühlt. Aber gut, es ist halt die Insel so in der Mitte, ne?
Pardon my indiscretion.
Ich hasse Klippen. Don't mind. Du denkst von oben, das geht sich aus, aber das geht sich nicht aus. Okay, Peace Talks incoming. Guten Tag, Mrs. Sarah. Traveler incoming mit Kokomi.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was...
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the proceedings. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into... The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our...
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smooth.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants... Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission...
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's...
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Ina's...
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already! You just want to take everything away!
Oh, da kommt er.
Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them.
Protect Madame Kujo!
Traveler incoming.
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73?
Da hilft kein Buch, die brauchen eine Abräubung.
The last one. But hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu! The situation has changed. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns. But I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatu-
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion, as...
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all...
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a...
That's enough. When we return, might I remind you that this is the Fatui. You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever.
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted...
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. One day, I will hunt them down. We bear responsibility for this issue.
Da hat Kokomi aber
My
Schwein
sincere
gehabt.
apologies. I have my own neck.
But of course, Madam Kujo.
Jetzt hat sie sich
I
sogar
have
eine
every
höhere
confidence in your
Verhandlungsposition
ability
dadurch
to resolve
rausgeholt.
the situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore...
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou... As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will...
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt... I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and...
I will bear this in mind. I shall take my leave now.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Haha, der Vertrag liegt auf dem Tisch auf beiden Seiten. So, Zeit zurückzukehren. Die kriegen jetzt erstmal Ärger.
Your Excellency!
I have already been informed on the reasons for your action. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage them. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed them. I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect other. During the war, there were highs and there were lows. And in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement, but you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready to accept...
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for you, and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Wow.
Your Excellency!
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace. But we must still retain a defensive capacity. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Einfach mal mehr Training.
Thank you. You're...
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, and if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus... Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General...
I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back.
Oh, zurück zur Geheimbasis. Let's go. Oh, oh, oh. Diesmal vorne. Hallo, Mrs. Kokomi. Genießen Sie den Ausblick. Ist halt auch eine echt schöne Insel, kann man verstehen.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's in the past. I was concerned only with winning the war, but I realize now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. If I can't make the journey in short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on what the...
Das war der Auftrag. Fortsetzung folgt. Ja, ne, also ich fand den Auftrag echt cool, ne? Also keine Beschwerden einzureichen dementsprechend. Der war angenehm. Und, ja, mal schauen, wann der zweite Teil irgendwann kommt, weil viele Legendenaufträge haben ja bis jetzt noch überhaupt gar keinen zweiten Teil.